skills tore my ass up. It's a bucket list. It's a bucket list. We got a business. Philip. turn the radio on. Carefully push the button. Alright, it's on. You ever listen to CDs? Nobody does CDs anymore. If they do, it's rare now. I mean, you're getting out to listen to music, I guess. CDs were like the technology at the time. It's weird remembering all this. And then it just goes away. VHS, the technology. And it just goes away. Now it's obsolete. I remember at one point, now it's becoming like a classic kind of thing. You know, like, you know, people are kind of wanting them now, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow. Now they're selling, like their value went up just like a little bit, you know, not much, but a little bit. Back then, Jesus, they were worth a lot of money. You know, VHRs, VHS players. I remember the old movie galleries and shit like that, man. They just are ancient technology, they're ancient history. I remember Please Be Kind, Rewind. You know? Yeah, crazy times. I don't realize just how long ago that was now. Too slow. I'm going this slow just to piss you off, I guess. Looking about, slowly going, ain't no rush. Ain't no rush. We could be done and over with all this I got right here in no time, but I mean, it's kind of enjoyment is that, huh? Relaxing, taking it easy. Hop on your machine, go fast as all you want. Just poking about right now. That pumper does not want to pump. technology was expensive, but we could exactly fill it. Nowadays, yeesh. Yeah, no, man. Today it's ridiculous. Especially in, I mean, like accelerated in the last, 4 or 5 years now. I remember back in 2011, back when I got my house, mind you, my house, they appraised at $300,000. I still can't wrap my head around that. You know, I can't. And I think back in 2011, my house was like 50, 55, something like that, thousand, with almost 9 acres or almost 10 acres of land. I think it was like 9.8 something. Anyhow, almost 10 acres. And anyhow, all that land for that house, you know, and the house, and it had like a little pole barn on it and all that, which I concreted the floor and all that, made it into a shop. Yeah, dude, all that was got back in 2011, and now the house is $300 some odd thousand. You know, I mean, godly, dude. Of course, my taxes went up. That's always nice, don't you know? Jesus. Yeah, I used to make fun all the time, you know. Yeah, every generation does about the prior generation. A little wire there, that's what I'll take care of. But you know, every generation makes fun of the last one and all that, you know. But you can't make fun of this generation. They got like the fucking cards stacked against them. It's already hard enough for us, man. But now this generation, man, Jesus. At least back then, you could say what you work hard, you can achieve. Now it's like you work hard, you still, you know, you know. And now it's hitting to a point where it's like, well, you know, point, you know. I'm lucky to be in the position I'm in, but I mean, shit, a lot of the entry-level jobs and all that shit's going away. And all that's being replaced by machines and shit, you know. Is what it is, you know. But to say they ain't got their cards stacked against them, you'd be a fool saying that. I'll say it like this: yeah, technology's nice. I'm gonna say, hey, if you're coming from nothing, you've got a long fucking road ahead of you, unless you make some very calculated, smart decisions. Well, I mean, hell, what are we? Are we all making those calculated, smart decisions when we're young? Hell no, we ain't. But you have to be like super calculated to make it nowadays. So yeah, I do have some people. I'm not gonna say it's a scapegoat to get out of doing, you know, any kind of work or anything like that. But I will say this: I've tried, you know, getting hired in this market. I got skill, I got experience and all that, right? Unless you make a connection on the inside of one of these places, that computer will never pick you up. That hole they stick you in, it'll never pick you up. That's just the truth. It's like my sister-in-law before I kicked her out, you know. Yeah, I was trying to help her get a job and all that, and I got over there and make connections for her at these places, you know. And that's the only reason she got hired, was because of my connection. But she had put applications into them, and then, of course, obviously it goes nowhere because it goes into a pool. The machine is selecting you, not the person. No personal shit no more. I wish they'd bring that back too, you know. I'll stick this down here, I guess. But yeah.
us kids growing up without parents because they worked 2 or 3 jobs. Yeah. Back then, man. Back then, you could. Oh, what's up, Michael? Destruction. Back then, man, just a man having a job was enough to support a house, car, family. Just up to 3 kids. But working like a simple job, just a simple. Really ain't gotta have too many skills for a job, And now it's just, you gotta have a fucking degree. I mean, that's the whole problem, man. They done told everybody you need to have college degrees and shit. And now these damn factories, man, when you're hiring on with them, they want you to have a college degree, and then when you get in there, right, let's say you actually make it in there, right? And you're like, why the fuck would I need a college degree to do some of the most mind-numbingly prefrontal cortex type fucking labor, like basic. It's almost as basic as breathing, right? And you're like, but they were requiring a college degree for this shit. And then you kind of look at the step back, look at the big picture, I mean, hell, college is a benefit for this shit. Let's get everybody locked up in fucking debt. I think college, man, should be reserved for people who are very, very smart. They stand out smart. Shit like that, right? That should be who it's reserved for. Like, you gotta be able to get in there and prove it. I think it shouldn't even be money-based. It should be actual skills-based, right? I would support that, but as far as just trying to push everybody into college, man, like there's just some people that ain't made for college. Yeah, they could be intelligent, at the same time. I mean, like I said, they just don't function in the classroom. I don't know, to me, it feels like slightly kind of like a scam, Sure, let's start your life out super. You gotta spend money to make money, but at a certain point, if you look at a college degree and you're like, all right, what kind of degree, what is it going to do, and is it something I'm truly pursuing, and that degree is going to cost you $170,000, come on. And the loan that's probably got 25%, anywhere from 15 to 25% interest, I mean, just, it's not worth it. Like I said, I think college should be reserved for, I'm talking the pinnacle of intelligence. Now it's like, you'd be surprised the kind of people that go to college, And of course, what happens, they get in all this debt, they're not going to actually, use any of this. It sucks. And all that computer system does, it really fucks over everybody that, that don't go to college. All that computer system does at them, anywhere you go to hire on at, is trying to pull people that have that matching credentials, right? And it puts them in a pool of like, okay, well, these have like a college degree and shit like this. You can literally go on there and falsify everything, right? Go on there and lie your ass off. You'll get a phone call, as far as, like let's say you got like a top line degree, shit like this, yada, 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 right? Even though it's not, necessarily true, they'll call you, right? But if you go on there and put a regular ass application in and you ain't got no college degree or nothing like that, prepare to get ghosted. Again, my computer. Oops, bad. Bye, great time. Like I said, that computer system, man, you gotta tickle its pickles for it to get you in touch with an actual person. Or else you gotta go in there and actually make a connection with somebody. You do that, and they'll go in and pull your name out of that pool. So yeah, if you're out there, this is about the best advice I can give somebody. If you're out there looking for a job, and you're not having no luck, you're not having no luck finding somewhere that actually responds
assigned to you after you put your application in. Let's say you got 10 applications in. What I want you to do is actually go up to the place that you're trying to get hired on, onto. I want you to make connections. I want you to talk to people. Be a friend, something, like work your way, put your foot in the door. That's the only way it's actually going to happen. Once you get up to a high level, like let's say, hey, I'm talking to the manager, this and that, yada, 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 try to make your way straight to the manager if you have to. And just, like, be your best, just be a good motherfucker, right? Just be a good motherfucker. And you'll be surprised, they'll actually go in there and pull your name out, and guess what? You're hired. That's what I've had to do each and every time. Now, the only reason it's like O'Reilly, right? They had hundreds of applications in, and yet because I know everybody up there, like I know everybody up there on a personal level, it was like no question asked. Like I'm talking to the main lady that was up there is the one who actually said, "Listen, you should come over here." She says, "I will make it happen. All you gotta do is say it, and I'll have you up here." We got the insurance and all this and that, yada, 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 and they really helped me out on that, which is why I'm forever grateful for them. Now, I didn't like the whole videos, which I didn't do them. I mean, I'm not like them. Alright, so, the whole corporate videos and shit like that, I can't stand corporate shit. I just can't. I'll work there, I made them their money. It's not like I didn't do the work. I did the fucking work. I'm talking, I had zero experience. Prior to O'Reilly's, I had zero experience as far as sales goes and all that. And come to find out, I got a natural fucking knack for it. Because I was trailing. So they got the industrial side of things, and they got the regular stuff, right? I was on the regular side, selling parts and whatnot. And then you got the industrial stuff that always makes money. Like, it's a guaranteed money maker, right? And I was actually chasing the heels of Chris that whole time I was there. That whole time I was there. Like I'm talking, I was averaging, mind you, brand spanking fucking new at it. I was averaging 50 grand a month. Like in the short little, I think it was like 5 months when I was working there, and I was able to, like, they finally fixed the insurance for my son. I still don't understand how that's going to happen. No child left behind, right? Anyhow, they left him behind. Finally, all that shit was fixed, and he had insurance again. My wife had insurance, and I was able to end up, I got this hell of an opportunity here to come back, and do this full time, and that's what I did. But in that 5 months I was there, I averaged 50 grand a month. My first month that I was working there, I think I was able to get up to 43. I got the printout somewhere. I got to like 43,000 in my first month. And after that it was like 50. I think I topped out. The highest I made was around 60 in a month. Again, that comes with me knowing a lot of the shops around here, knowing a lot of people on the personal level too. It's just because I've been out here in it, And of course, having any kind of inkling of knowledge on parts or, mechanicing or anything like that, man, it would flop to you. Suddenly I was being treated like Chris. So there's that.
We have a saying, money for jam, yeah. Tennessee at the moment. Yep.
Yeah, dude, but I liked it. Don't get me wrong, the air conditioning was nice. And trust me, I did my whole 10-week notice and all that because I do plan on going back. If anything ever happens to a job like this, you best believe, my ass is going to the air conditioner after this. Damn, destroyed my hands and body over this shit. I'm telling you, dude, it's rough. Hey, scrapyard years is like dog years to a human, man. You gotta breathe this shit in out here and all that, man. Just, dude, the dust, there's something weird about the dust in a scrapyard. Ask anybody. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Message.
like I said, I enjoyed it. There was one lady up there that I've known for a long time, but I do know she's a good gal. Sorry to say it like that, but man, trust me, the ones that watch this that are from O'Reilly's, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I'm sorry, even if she's listening, you know, it is what it is. Sorry. Sorry at the same time, but yeah. Like, I did nothing to you, and you was straight up a cut right out the gate with me. Like, you know what was funny? I kind of got to rub my nuts, you know, all over. Not literally, figuratively. You know, I'm joking with that, but anyhow. When I say about rubbing my nuts, I mean drag my nuts. I guess I should phrase it better. Anyhow, I got to drag my nuts all over for this reason. So she sat there one night, and I remember this, because one evening, she was going on about how she's got the best sales out of anybody in here, even me. And mind you, I was averaging 50. And I was going back at her numbers all the way back, like way back, you know. And I'm like, it's not, the math ain't mathing. Anyhow, she says, watch, when I get a full month, I'm gonna pass you. Alright. So anyhow, after she had a full month, then she was blaming this because of the counter I had, like where I was at. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. That's what it was. She's been there 4 years, man. And yet I surpassed her in 5 months. In my first month, really. But I mean, hell, that 1 month she came back, because she was on maternity leave whenever I came in. And yeah, they, oh my God, this shit was funny. That shit was funny. To me it was. Because it was like, you know, I'm the big guy. She said it in a way that wasn't funny, you know. She was like being dead serious. Like she was being a cunt at the time, you know, saying that, you know. And yeah, I got to prove her wrong, big time. And then that's when she went to the whole blame game of, well, it's where he's at. It's the counter he's at. You want to swap? I don't know. Tism's what it tisms. Like I said, I got everybody in there but her. And now it's kind of like, okay, we can kind of get along. It's alright, you know. I guess now that we understand what everything is, right, you know, it is what it is, you know. But back then, man, when I first got there, holy shit. She was rude as hell to me for no reason. So like I said, I get along with everybody the best I can. I come across a couple of assholes, man. I've come across, you know, as far as, you know, like in life, you know, that you just can't do nothing for, you know, like they're just a guaranteed asshole straight up and there's no fixing that. I've come across those, and the best thing I do is just, you know, stay the fuck away from them. And, but now, most everybody, man, I'm cool with. There's even been people who are straight, like, they, you know, out the gate, they're assholes, but they end up, you know, hell, we're good friends now, you know. When it comes to working and all that, I mean, shit, you can have a pissed off day. I mean, shit, everybody's going to have one of those at some point, but make it every day? No. I'm not for that. If you're just a dick every day, all day, no. If you expect help out of me, fuck no. Respect goes a long way. You gotta give it to receive.
What's up, Philip? In England. Let's see. Oh, wait, Philip. But Benfield. Say hi to Sharon for England, please. Oh, what's up, Sharon? Who's Sharon? Hey, what's up, John III? We are watching me mess about in the tractor, I guess, right now. Hell, we're not being serious about it. Cleaning up a little bit, you know. Very good things about Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee is kind of a all state, you know. It's kind of like a flatlands, hill country, and mountains all in one. And every season you can think of. Anyhow, let's see. We have a saying. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Old Chevrolet. Where's she?
get recycled. So the MC, same thing. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. Tree fitting. If I could flip me over first. Make this mounting, let go too easy. Fiberglass, deals here. What's that looking for? Fiberglass aluminum, I guess. I don't know, it's got stuff on there. It's like fiber. Looks like aluminum underneath. No, it's just fiberglass. It's just aluminum pad. Yeah, rust too. Yeah, I have to say, I got some good friends up there that are like this. I guess the smart thing to do is to get on with them and stay, put the time in, that way you got a good 401k and all that good stuff, The only downside is I have to, what I do and what I get paid now, I have to at least be somewhat matched on the pay, but as long as I'm getting the numbers, I don't really see that being the problem. I know that's probably going to be a big problem trying to get somebody hired back on, especially, how much experience do you got in sales? Well, I got 5 months. You say look at the numbers first, when they make a determination. I don't know. I'd rather be doing this, especially when I get out of this and do land clear or something. Like I said, the dream job, the one that I could see myself doing forever, that you would have to claw my ass out of a darn cockpit would be flying. If I get into flying, that would be it. I wouldn't do nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. I just feel like, I don't know, it's weird. You feel like you could just be naturally good at something. Well, flying is something I feel like I'd just be naturally good at. Like a skill I could obtain and just, go with it, I don't know, we'll see. Life is still weird, Never know where it's going to take you. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Be sweet. I'd crash for sure, but thanks for not saying that. Let's see. Oh, thanks for saying that. Yeah, no problem, man. Let's see. Yeah, dude, flying would be that would be it for me. And like not commercial. I'm not talking like full-on commercial flights. I mean that would be interesting. Don't get me wrong. But small planes. I think that's where it's at. Like you do like a small cargo plane, or and I'm not saying like small, like maybe I don't know, small enough, like a mid-sized plane, right? That would probably be where it's at for me. that way you can still land on smallish, you know, airports and shit, you know? You gotta go to the super major ones, you know? I'm just curious if something like that would pay pretty good, you would think, but I don't know. For me, it would be like, you know, some people, they do it just for a job, you know? It's like, well, you know, I got this flight certification, well, you know, I guess I gotta go to work, you know, or something like that. Me, it'd be for the love of flying. The whole time, it'd be for the love of flying. Like, I could make freak cheap as long as it pays the fuel and at least half-ass living wage, you know, as far as keeping family fed and all that. I would do it gladly. I believe it'll pay enough to keep family fed for sure. Sorry about that, everybody. Well, see you next time. Keep up the good word. Hey, we're both getting over here at the same time. Boss just got off the phone with boss. They're doing converters in there. They're going to need somebody experienced. He said, you got 2 kids in there that just don't know. Anyhow, alright. I'll see y'all hopefully after that, but I don't know. It'll probably be after lunch sometime. We'll get started back on this. Alright, y'all. Take it easy. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I appreciate all the likes and everything too. Thank you.